Ladies and gentlemen, now the Bahamet boss fight in Act 8, Chapter 2 Mini Crucible, I would say is kind of comparable difficulty to the real thing. Like, he's got so much damage mitigation that you kind of need a proper counter to deal any sort of meaningful damage. You're going to need a way to get down that defense and do it quickly in order to make sure that this isn't like a 20-minute fight. So two characters that I would absolutely recommend as just the easiest options. If you bring 3-star Kingpin with a 3-star Hood synergy, this is going to make getting the charges on him so ridiculously easy, and he's just going to shrug off every single debuff instantly. So this synergy, absolutely bonkers. Kingpin, super tanky, crazy uptime on Unstoppable, just perfect for this fight as a bit of a face roll option. And then as well, Zemo, we showcased this in our initial kill on the playthrough. But Zemo is an absolute cheat code for this fight. The ability to just throw the special 2, kind of just root him whenever you want. You just ramp in this passive bleed on him. Even if you start to kind of like lose track of what you're doing or how to fight him toward the end, like you're still getting that passive bleed, and that's still kind of finishing the fight even if you don't know what to do. So Zemo, I would say, you know, if you can get the first couple of phases down but you struggle toward the end, Zemo is the character that can still get this fight down for you, and I would really recommend him. Now, if for whatever reason as 3-star champions you don't have either of those two, there are some other options. Essentially, you're looking for a skilled champion that can shrug off debuffs as like the main criteria for somebody that's going to be really good for this encounter. So Shang-Chi, absolutely incredible if you can get the cleanse charges up and just make sure you have those up as often as possible. It's a lot of heavy attacks, a lot of resetting. There might also be a scenario where you can just build up and ramp him like crazy in phase 1 and maybe try and go for a special 2 one-shot. There's also Mole Man as well. Phenomenal option. Crossbones, you've got very easy access to shrugging off debuffs. I know also MCOC Noob, when it came to the Act 8 version, the proper version, used Elsa Bloodstone for a video guide. So if you want to see a really good takedown of that for the full proper boss, which pretty much this is what we're dealing with here, Elsa Bloodstone can work very well for that. But aside from that, there are like a few other options that may be a little bit more quirky. Wouldn't really suggest many of these, but I think like Agent Venom, you've got the shrug off if you just need like somebody and you don't have anybody else. I think Black Panther does have access to cleanse. I don't know how well like Jabari and Sheilth can handle this as well. But yeah, Sheilth is potentially an option. I've seen some takedowns, but unfortunately I don't have her as a 3-star character, so I'm going to focus on a couple of options that I do have, which is Kingpin and Shang-Chi, and kind of walk you through this fight and show you just how to deal with the various phases. So this fight is all about getting cleanse charges and then taking advantage of those to remove Bahamet's shield. So we're going to start off with Kingpin here, and the fundamental mechanic, again, it is all about those yellow charges on Bahamet, which will appear whenever you shrug off a debuff or whenever you're near him when this grey timer expires. So you're just trying to like control the distance, want to make sure you're attacking in, and we're trying to get those yellow charges up to 3 here. So just trying to time it right. Here, because we have Kingpin, we shrug off the debuff, immediately get to 3 charges, and then we use a special attack into his special, and he'll only do that kind of like wave blast after the special if he has 3 charges. And then in phase 1 we can knock him down. This removes the armor, and then we go in. We've got Unstoppable on Kingpin. This is what I love about Kingpin, dude. He's just absolutely cooking. And also, I recommend in this fight, just do not get to the special 3. Just throw your special attack. Sometimes you'll get to the special 2. This one, you can either do a lot of blocking, a lot of dashing back, but that's the great thing about Kingpin as well, as you just have the Unstoppable. Unfortunately, we did not have a special to throw into that. That would have been super convenient if we did. Just going to let him hit me. Sometimes, like, it's kind of fine to get a little bit hit on this fight, because his attack isn't super scary. But now he has 3, so he's going to throw this, and then he's going to put in a wave after. As soon as we see this wave, we special. This has now given us the cleanse charge. So now in phase 2, what we need to do... And again, this is a little bit of a tricky fight sometimes. He's got 3. I think actually I need to go here. So he's got over 3 charges. Now we're waiting for a special. Now we got the cleanse charge, right? We're looking to parry this wave when it hits us to reflect it back. So we get the parry, we reflect it back. We've taken down the armor now. We can bring in the striker. And dude, Kingpin is hitting like an absolute truck here. We didn't actually manage to quite push him. Okay, we've pushed him now to phase 3. So phase 3, we need to get our charge back again. So this kind of reset, every phase just resets what you're doing. So we need to get removal charges. And this is using a special into the wave after. So we got the removal charge now. And then we're essentially just going to go again. Okay, so now we've got the removal charge. We're going to parry. And we get rid of this. Brilliant. And then we're just going to wait for him to attack our block because we're Kingpin. And then the last phase, we have a removal charge available as we've transitioned with it. Here, I'm going to dump this. Doesn't matter if we get hit. Want to make sure it's not the red one. And then you want to basically play a bit of parry ping pong. And you got to try and hit that back and forth as much as you can. So you got to try and parry the wave. We got the removal charge, so the green charge allows us to play the ping pong. And we want him to go down. And then this removes a bit of the damage shield. So actually, when you do one of those successfully in this final phase, you actually have the ability to kill him. Because he's going to start taking meaningful damage. That allows you to finish this fight. And 2, this guy should absolutely roll over now. If we go for like a full combo, getting the striker. Then go for another combo. And that's why, like, Kingpin's good for this fight. He works really, really well. Kingpin and Zemo, both exceptional characters. Strongly recommend those two. If you've got those 2 characters, you're going to be having a tremendous time on this. But let's go for a slightly different character in comparison. I think we're going to use Shang-Chi this time. And let's see what we can do here. Shang-Chi, again, a bit more management, because we need to actively get the cleanse, whereas Kingpin, you don't even need to think about it, right? You're just chilling. Whereas Shang-Chi's like doing 3 combos, get the cleanse. I'll show you kind of the traditional way of doing this fight with Shang-Chi. Again, there may be a way that you can just ramp him up in phase 1, take advantage of the vulnerability, and get the big burst. But here, if we go for the reset... Oh, no, we need to actually stay on the... this one. So we get the cleanse charges, so it's like a medium, light, medium combo. And here, we got a little bit lucky, but we threw the special one into that, so that was quite nice. And then, actually, I think I just need to knock down... now to get rid of the shield in phase 1. And then we're going to use a special 2. The damage cap reset. And then we're moving into the next phase. Here he's going to throw the wave, but unfortunately I don't have a bar of power yet. So I can't counter that. But dude, look at the charges on Shang-Chi. Absolutely crazy. Okay, this is perfect. So we need to get our removal charge first, as we've entered a new phase. Wait for this blast. The wave's going to come. We special attack into the wave to get the charge. So we've got the charge now. And then we need to get him to another one. I think I'm going to use the special 2 here. This might... Okay, we didn't get the auto block there. That's pretty good. And now we want to go for the parry. Okay, missed the parry. Sometimes it happens. If you are learning this fight, you will miss the parry a lot. So just be ready for that. And if you miss the parry too many times, you lose your removal charge. So try not to do that. There we go, big combo. Perfect. Okay, so this one, again, new phase. We don't have any removal charges. We need to get those. By throwing a special into that wave. We did it. And here I'm just gonna dump that for a bit of safety. And now we need to parry another wave. Oh, this one is not parry the wave. This is dodge it. If you see a red one, red one's bad. That's like a 25% chance of that happening. And that just wastes your time effectively. So yeah, we don't want to see those. But as long as it's not that. There we go. Perfect. Big hit. Okay, and then we're going into the last phase. So we want to check always the green removal buff is on us. We've had a good transition to this. And this is a red one, so all we can do is dodge this one. If you try and reflect that, you're going to get cooked. So yeah, this boss has a lot of little caveats. And is very confusing to people that ain't done this boss before. Okay, so we're going to try and parry this wave. My eyes are always on Shang-Chi for the wave, just seeing when it's coming at me, and not Bahamet during the cast of that. I'm always looking directly at my character and on the left-hand side of the screen just to see when it's safe. Okay, we still got the removal charge. And we know this one is safe to try and parry. Amazing. And this is kind of the point where we can probably get the kill here. Oh no! I thought that would maybe go through the auto block there, but we're good. So yeah, after a couple of those, again, you got the damage reduction down. And maybe a little close. But there you go. Bahamet, he seems very, very intimidating at first, but you got a good skill character, you get a bit of practice. It's just all about, okay, I need to get that charge so I can do the thing to remove it. So yeah, just getting into that loop, and sometimes you can get a little bit lost in the fight, but just always try and orient yourself in a new phase. Be like, new phase is beginning. Okay, I need to get him 3 stacks. I need to bait a wave, throw a special attack into that, and then I need to do the thing that removes his charges. So, or his shield, sorry. So yeah, there's so many things going on in this, but just kind of take it slowly, you know, and it's a really good opportunity here because you can just go in, you can practice. But yeah, I really do recommend Kingpin. Kingpin is phenomenal. Zemo, I think, is really, really good. Shang-Chi, honestly, better than I expected. Easier to manage than I expected. Still really, really good. But all of these are recommendations that hopefully should make this boss a lot easier for you. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the recommendations and also the walkthrough, and this helps give you a bit of an easier time on dealing with what I think is a very You know, very intense fight. There's a lot of things being thrown at you for what is like a monthly side event. So ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this video guide, please do smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.